Welcome everyone to Kuala Lumpur International Airport's Terminal 1. Today, we return back on Malaysia Airlines in business class for a domestic flight to the small town of Sibu. I've had several great experiences with Malaysia Airlines in domestic business class in the past, so I can't wait for this one. First things first, if you have any check-in luggages, be sure to make your way to the dedicated business class counters. Here, there are plenty of staff available to expedite the process. Once done, head over to the domestic departures area where your boarding pass will be checked, followed by security screening after. On the air side, there are some shops available as you pass through to your gate. Of course, business class passengers do have access to the Golden Lounge. Click on the card that appears if you want to see this review. So the domestic area at KLIA isn't that big, with domestic flights usually departing from gates A or B. Today we are at gates A6, and as we entered, the waiting area was beginning to fill up. Outside we have our 737-800 registered as 9-Mike Lima Papa. This aircraft is 13.3 years old and our flight number today is MH2718. Today, I'm in seat 3A, which is the last row of business class. These seats have a pitch of 39 inches and a width of 21 inches. In total, there are 12 Safran 600 business class seats in the 737 arranged in a 2-2 configuration. A 4-way adjustable headrest is present and all seats recline up to 7 inches backwards. Pillows and blankets are provided to all passengers and armrests in these seats are completely fixed. Looking in front, there is a retractable device holder instead of an entertainment system. Between the seats, there are USB-A and USB-C ports, and further down there is a universal power point. Outside the window, we are in front of the left-hand side engine, and as passengers got settled in, the cabin crew came around to serve welcome drinks. If you want to use it, a martini tray table is also available to hold drinks. It is my lucky day today, as after the cabin doors closed, I was left with the entire row to myself. Soon, it's time for pushback. So after takeoff, the MHStudio service was available, which you can access through Wi-Fi on your own device. This provides some free entertainment options if you feel like streaming any content. If you just want to chat, however, feel free to use the Wi-Fi instead for messaging applications. For meal service, the cabin crew came around to individually take orders, and as I wait for my meal, let's bring out the tray table. This is hidden in the armrest and simply pull out the entire tray and fold downwards. The space is fairly large and can be further adjusted. Looking in the seat pockets, we have the Boeing 737 safety card as well as the Malaysia Airlines In-Flights magazine. One more thing worth noting is that next to the recline button, there is an option to also extend the lower leg supports. Here comes my food, and today I chose the stir-fried chicken with rice and vegetables. This comes with garlic bread as well as a bread roll, a prawn salad, butter, and a mango mousse dessert. For drinks, I got Sprite lemonade. A full set of metal cutlery is provided as well as a mini set of pepper and salt shakers. Moving on to some taste testing, the chicken was cooked well and comes with a tasty soy-based sauce. The prawn salad was fantastic, and the prawns were plump and juicy with a nice dressing. Finally, for desserts, the mango mousse was excellent and comes with a chocolate scroll. After the meal, I relaxed with the entire row to myself, and for your information, today's flights will take roughly 2 hours as we move from West Malaysia to East Malaysia. As the afternoon fades, it wasn't long before we made our way down to Sibu. Before we arrive, let's go through today's ratings. Starting with the cabin crew, they were very friendly from the moment of entering the aircraft. During meal service, they were very attentive, and throughout the flights, they checked in with business class passengers frequently. Malaysian hospitality was definitely strong today, so it's a 9.5 out of 10. For food and drinks, today's meal was outstanding for this 2-hour flight. The entire tray was delicious, so delicious in fact that I finished everything. In particular, I enjoyed the variety and quality, so I'm giving this category a 10 out of 10. Moving on to comfort, the 737 business class seats are spacious and modern. I certainly felt very comfortable for this 2-hour journey and didn't have any issues with the Wi-Fi or MHStudio service. If there's anything to mention, it could be that these seats are becoming too modern with the omission of the in-flight entertainment system. Most airlines are moving in this direction and expect passengers to stream off their own devices for entertainment. This can be disappointing for some people, but overall, I'm giving this category a 9 out of 10. Lastly, for timeliness, we are on track to land at Sibu exactly on time this late afternoon. After a slight delay from Kuala Lumpur, we managed to make up the time, so it's a 10 out of 10. So summing everything up, we get a final score of 9.62 out of 10. Today was another great experience on Malaysia Airlines in business class. Welcome to the tiny airport of Sibu, and here comes the rain right after landing. Thank you to everyone for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this review.